Montreal Mayor and former federal minister Denis Coderre is considering running for the Quebec Liberal Party leadership. And joining me to speak about this is political analyst Karim Boulos. Thank you so much for joining us, Karim.
It's my pleasure.
What do you think of the announcement? Would Coderre be a good fit for the party that will choose a new leader in 2025?
It's interesting because not even a week ago on the radio, he went on record as saying that, given his health situation, given the fatigue that some people might feel to seeing the Coderre name appear at yet another level of government, might deter him from running. But the announcement was quite surprising. I personally was quite surprised because there's a time and a place for people's opportunities, and I think Mr. Coderre at a federal level sort of made his peace with that and moved on, and then was mayor, ran and was defeated twice by Valérie Plante, and so you'd think that was enough. And then to make matters worse, I think his illness that he's recovering from quite well, he's speaking better, he's walking better, would also deter from such a strenuous type of job as well, because let's not forget that being premier of a province is a 24-hour-a-day job.
So would you say that Coderre's time has already passed, or does he have some political value to add to the party?
And I don't want to sound like I'm an ageist individual who thinks that somebody in their 60s can't run for office. Quite the contrary. Mr. Coderre is a political animal. He's lived in politics for the last 30 plus years, and so no, I think he's quite capable. I think his name recognition would certainly precede him. I think his motivation to do something for Quebec, I think he's a very proud Quebecer. I think he would be reflecting Quebec values, liberal values, and would represent the party well. But at the end of the day, we're not just looking, they shouldn't be just looking for a leader. I think they need to find someone who can become premier. And so the question is, yes, could he win a leadership race? Arguably, yes, he could become the next leader. But will Denis Coderre beat Mr. Legault? Will he be able to, stem the tide that we're seeing with the Parti Québécois and the resurgence?
Coderre said people are a bit tired of the CAQ government after 2 mandates. So it's not possible, or is it possible for him to be the one to take on Legault at the next provincial election? Or would you prefer seeing a current MNA like Frédéric Beauchemin, who has expressed interest in the leadership?
I think that Mr. Coderre would have his liberal base, not his support, but liberal base on the island of Montreal, but he would probably do quite well in the regions. I think the question is Mr. Coderre ready to put in the time and effort to go and seek out those regional votes and rekindle the liberal fire in some of the regions where the local associations are practically non-existent. So it would be a grassroots type of movement. And Mr. Coderre is, in the last municipal election, we saw didn't do a great job at a grassroots level. On a more macro level, I think he's very strong. But is he the right person to get the base reignited? And that's up for debate.
Thanks so much for joining us, Karim.
My pleasure.